The window is there. I mean, we're Arsenal and we have to be looking at it. Okay, what do we need? And we have to be actively looking. And then can we do it or not? That's a different story. But our job is to be always very prepared because something can happen. So hopefully very positive. When you look across the other clubs as well, they have 24, 25 squad players. And so there's nothing special in our squad. The thing is that obviously we had more injuries than expected, some of them not avoidable, I would say, but we want to be better, and we know how important the part of having the right availability with players going to play in the season. When we assess every situation, I leave that much more to Andrea to understand what's happening in the market, and then the individual players, obviously, we have to assess where we are with each of them and get the best situation.
Own goals come to the party for them. They won their last game with the penalty as well. That was against Everton. It's been a very different feeling to perhaps earlier on in the season.
Yeah, it has, and that's what pressure does to you. But I think, as we just spoke about Manchester City, you find a way of getting it done, and Arsenal are doing that. And whether it be the attackers scoring goals or defences putting their bodies on the line, they have looked quite nervous when they've gone ahead, but still at the same time they're still finding a way to get the wins, and eventually that kind of free-flowing football will come back. But it's about margins and percentages, and right now Arsenal are using that to their advantage.
What does it tell you that they have so many own goals in the last couple of games?
I know what you're saying, but it don't really tell me a lot, to be fair. It's just one of those things that's really unfortunate. I know what you're saying. They're still putting the balls into good areas, and that's the most important thing, and people are challenging them. So I'd say more about the delivery and a good build-up play as well. But the one thing I'll say is Declan Rice played right back. They got Aston Villa in the week. You don't want Declan Rice at right back because I think Arsenal misses driving force in the middle. But they have had a lot of injuries. But having Gabriel back coming onto the pitch, huge boost for Arsenal.
Yeah, I think the defensive worries have been well documented, but that man in between the sticks there, and as I mentioned,
my goodness,
is this a goal-saving save from David Raya, perhaps save of the season?
This must be Clinton, I'll let you say.
Oh, this is magnificent. Listen, when I was watching this, Jules, I was like, oh, goal, what a finish from Minter. But look at this. This is unbelievable from David Raya. And come the end of the season, if Arsenal go on and win, you won't forget about this, will it, Benny?
What a save that is. Even Minter looks at it and goes, he thinks he scored. But that is why you've got a top-quality goalkeeper in David Raya. When they first brought him in over Aaron Ramsdale, I thought, I didn't quite see the uplift in terms of bringing him in, but that save there tells you all you need to know about David Raya. He has been one of the best goalkeepers in Europe the last couple of seasons. Yeah,
because that was when the game was 2-1. That's the difference between a victory and a draw. And those 2 points are what keeps Arsenal top of the table, really. Manchester City still breathing down their necks, 40 points. Then Aston Villa just 1 point behind. There is no breathing room between the top three. And Arsenal and Aston Villa, as you already mentioned, Clinton, go toe to toe. Manchester City will be watching that one.
That's a big game. That is a huge game. Listen, I think it'll be like this for the most of the season. It's brilliant. We don't want just one team running away with it, unless you're Arsenal, Man City.
But up front, who starts? You've got Gyokeres, you've got Jesus, or you've got Merino, because there's no Havertz still. Or I suppose you could say Martinelli, whatever. I
think the tough one is with the Gyokeres scenario for me is, do you keep playing? Do you keep playing to try and get him into form? Arsenal are creating the chances, but the whole team's not scoring. It's not just predominantly on him. Standout one for me that is always there is Merino. Whenever he's asked to do a job up front, he scores. He performs for the team. When Gyokeres is up there at the moment, it's just not clicking for some reason. Maybe it's just he's going to take time to find his form. Let's be honest. The Portuguese league to the Premier League team is chalk and cheese. So for me, I would go for Merino tonight.
So you go for a central midfielder rather than two out-and-out strikers. It is the poll at the moment today that we're running at the moment, who should start up front out of those three, and you can see that it's Viktor Gyokeres who is leading that one in terms of the viewers. But if you were a striker like Gyokeres or Gabriel Jesus, how furious are you going to be if a central midfielder starts ahead of you?
Oh, I'm going to be raging. I'm going to be fuming.
You'd still do it.
If I was the manager...
You'd put Merino up there.
Yeah. But if I was from the outside looking in, absolutely. Because them two are not doing... Yes, right, Gabriel Jesus has been injured, and as is worries, and he's going to take time to come off the bench, build his minutes up. But Gyokeres hasn't been doing it. 5 Premier League goals?
Gyokeres, for Arsenal this season, he's got 1 in 3. He's got 7 in 21. That's Champions League and Premier League. That's 1 in 3 for someone who you just saying chalk and cheese between the two leagues.
It is.
Portugal and here. Yes, it's not that bad a start, is it?
For 60+ million. coming from Arsenal, I think that I'm going to say yes, it is. And the reason
but for
why
60
is
plus million, he's got to start a game.
But he hasn't done enough to start.
If it's a must-win game,
Tom,
and
if you are a goal
all
scorer,
that money, he's got to start.
Tom, if you are a goal scorer and you're brought in to put the ball in the back of the net, that's something he ain't be doing. Let's be real. 1 in 3. 1 in 3 for someone that's playing for a team that creates that many chances at the top of the Premier League. That's not good enough.
Amy, that takes us nicely into the combined starting 11s, OK? Because Charlie says that he would pick Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers out of a combined 11. There's to be 2 Aston Villa players in there. We know that Watkins would be in. We can show Charlie's, actually. What would you do, Amy? How many of your players would get into Arsenal's team? Or, well, word it how you like.
Well, it's a tough one, really, because I think most of Arsenal's team have a lot of clout behind them for their name to sell anyway. So, you know, the centre-back's fantastic. The likes of Rice, Saka, Eze, even if they had a terrible run of games, their name will sell themselves and you're always going to choose them. I think we're obviously right with Watkins and, well, definitely Rodgers with his form this season. Watkins, again, actually with the same sort of level of clout that he's got behind him. His form hasn't been fantastic this season, but, you know, he's our top goal scorer of all time. He had that goal in the Euros that everybody remembers, and I think he's really made a name for himself in that England squad as a respected player. So I think Watkins, probably because Arsenal's strike force isn't fantastic anyway. That's why I would change that up. Maybe an argument for Yuri Tillemans in there, possibly. Another underrated player, I think. But I think overall, Arsenal's team, like I said, they sell themselves. And on paper, you probably would choose mainly Arsenal.
Nick, you remained stony-faced through that.
I'm a big fan of Morgan Rogers, and he's got an engine. And I think Arteta likes that. And I think he would have been a great purchase for us. Where did he start? Maybe coming in off the left, I would say. I wouldn't say Eze above him. I would say maybe him coming off the left, but I'd still keep Odegaard, I'd still keep Rice, I'd still keep Zubimendi intact if it were me. Ollie Watkins, you could argue, probably the better striker of all of them, but doesn't even get into Villa starting 11, so not sure how he gets into ours, but maybe that's our weakness. But that's it really. Definitely Morgan Rogers, but I can't see anyone else.
Right. OK. Nick, Amy, that was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our Arsenal fan, Scarlett, I'm not sure if you were listening earlier on, she was saying that in terms of Villa players getting into the Arsenal starting 11, if everyone was fit, she did mention Watkins and Rodgers, but then kind of backtracked by saying she's not sure if they would get in. What do you think?
I wouldn't take one Arsenal player currently.
Give over.
That's
Come on.
a lie. Justin,
It's not a lie.
Yeah,
okay, let me explain why.
Saliba?
Let me explain why.
I was going to say Rice.
11 games in a row. There isn't an Arsenal player, in my opinion, that I would take to start for Villa tonight. I think people sort of forget that we're not a team of individuals. We are a proper, well thought out, well put together team. I heard a Chelsea fan after the game at the weekend saying we've spent £1 billion and we're still absolutely clueless how to build a team. We have built a team, and I heard you say a minute ago that you don't think the squad depth's deep enough. It is deep enough, and I wouldn't add hardly, if any. If we don't sign a player in January, it would not bother me, because that team.
I hope you come on here in March. I hope you come on here in February and March and say, we've messed up, we lost 5 in a row, we didn't sign anyone.
Do you think Unai Emery agrees with you?
I haven't got a crystal ball, have I? But what I'm saying is, that team, that squad together is so tight, and everything they're doing is because they believe in each other.
So if you win tonight, Justin, do you think they would go, shall we add to this squad to bolster it?
And what would Emery want? And what would Emery want?
We can't add. The simple fact is that let's go and buy Mbappe. Yeah, brilliant. We can't add. We're adding.
You're not buying Mbappe, mate. You're not doing that.
No, that'll be next season when we win the league.
No, that's silly again.